Um, it was like there's a piece of it which was like slowly moving into it, which was like the holistic coaching and the yoga, and I did some personal training, and the little pieces that kept coming together, and like how can I form this into a creative expression of everything that I want to do and be.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, what are all the things I love? And I charted them out. I was like, well, I want to write, I want to move, I want to do yoga, I want to study plant medicines, and I want to study meditation. And I charted absolutely everything. And then eventually that just became a career. And along the way, there were many pieces. And one was meeting someone we both know, which is Edward Dangerfield.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a breath worker among many other things. And he personally mentored me in many of the things that I'm doing now. So big props to him.
Yeah.
He's definitely laid his mark in many people's lives in a really beautiful way. So what's your experience with him? How did you meet Ed?
I met Ed through, or Lucas Mattiello did the men's retreat, and he told my brother about it. And then Jamie mentioned it to me. So I signed up. I think because Dylan and I came the first time. Or no, actually, I didn't sign up for the men's retreat. I went and did a one-on-one with Ed in Whistler. And I didn't. I remember his website at the time when I went to it, and I was like, man, I don't even know what this shit means, but whatever. Like, if they say it's good, I'll give it a shot. And yeah, I ended up going. I did one, and then right away I booked like the 10 session package. And yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I don't even really know how to explain the whole breathwork thing. I mean, my explanation is usually you lay on the table and they basically you inhale and exhale with no what do you call it, with no pause, like connected, and then it can change your brain state and blood chemistry and all these other things. But for me, the big thing for it, I mean, in a very simple way, is it was really calming and allowed, like when I would leave, I used it mainly for anxiety. So when I would leave, yeah, like I would just feel in like calmer than I'd ever felt before. Like it would be like a full release of anything I was holding on to or whatever that might have been. So, yeah, I think I went weekly to Ed for quite a while, like a couple months, and then started doing some of the retreats and met a lot of cool people that way. And well, one being you, and then again, and yeah, so yeah, I saw Ed quite a bit. He was really good.
Uh-huh. Were you driving up to see him?
Yeah, I was driving weekly to Whistler to see him, yeah. Which is, I mean, yeah, far, but it was worth it. And at that time, I didn't know anybody else doing it. Like, that was the only person I knew. So, and even now, I think you're the only person I know in the city who comes down and does it here. So then that was all I knew.
Yeah, there's not many people doing it, at least in like a clinical practice.
No.
And really treating it like that. And I find it really hits people. Like, I'll have a lot of people come in, they'll try it once or twice, and maybe they'll move a big emotion, or they'll come to some kind of balance or realization, and that'll just be their piece.
Mm-hmm.
And I really respect it in that way, because it kind of meets people with what they're looking for and where they're at. And then for you, it was like, okay, I'm ready to go out and buy 10 packages and drive up to Whistler all the time.
Yeah.
And it meets people like, how far do you want to take it with this? And like, how deep do you want to go? Because it's a medicine where we kind of use our own breath to master our body, changing our hormone and gland function. And it's something, as we continually practice, we go deeper into. And one of the things that I love is like, we drop into a very deep parasympathetic or relaxed state when we learn how to breathe properly with the exhale. And for most people, it's like, it takes them like 2-3 weeks of vacation to get to that point where they're that relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we learn to do that with our breath, we can get there in like 3 minutes. And it's like, I've been on a week worth of vacation and I've just been breathing for like an hour now.
Yeah, I feel like I noticed the breathing a lot with it, actually. Like, well, because I was going weekly, it felt like I was I didn't practice, like I didn't do it on my own ever. I only did it with Ed. But I would notice, like, if I didn't go for a couple weeks or like a month after, I noticed my breathing like gets way off, and all that stuff. So it's wild how much, and I think it's cool because it is too like that, kind of like meditation or other things where you can continually practice it on your own. You don't have to go Like, you don't have to go weekly if you don't want, but you can keep doing it on your own and practicing and make it a practice, which is nice.
And the time it takes for us to enter into that meditative or open state in the breath and body becomes less and less. Mm-hmm. And that's the really beautiful part about yoga and all these practices, is like, it's not just about the practice, it's about our capacity to do the practice and then live it, mm-hmm. and to carry that out into the world. So